Pokémon HeartGold, the first Pokémon game I ever played, and therefore the best Pokémon game. In fact, the perfect Pokémon game with absolutely zero flaws. The best story, the best gym leaders, the best champion. Truly, what Pokémon game can even compare to this masterpiece? And if you disagree with me, then, well, clearly, you must be a bad person, and you should feel deeply ashamed. And if that's not enough to convince you, then, well, please observe the screen. Yeah, you see that shit? Oh, okay. With the stupid intro out of the way, let's just get into this shindig. You've seen a Nuzlock, you know the rules, but I'm just gonna go over them quickly. You catch the first Pokemon you encounter in any given route, cave, city, etc. Roaming legendaries do not count. You name that Pokemon, and if that Pokemon faints, then you can no longer use them. I've also added the species clause, so I don't have an entire team of Hoot-Hoots. I will also be doing this rock hard, Ram Ranch cowboy style. So therefore, I can't level my Pokemon up past the next gym leader and or the champion. I can't use items. And if I black out, then it is truly Jover.
Come on, man.
And I will be exiled forever to Holland. So with that, let's get into it. We start by talking to Professor Oak in the Orange Dimension. So we call ourselves Cringe and head out to start our Pokemon adventure. Ooh, I have a Wii. Oh, and a PC. Oh, it's email only. But who the hell is this? I decide to eventually stop dicking around and go downstairs to talk to my mother. She tells us that some broad walked in playing with a Meryl, and that a professor guy was looking for us. So we're off to find Professor Dude Brother. Finally, Pokemon has made a good female character, because she doesn't talk. Wait. Is that a pervert? Hey buddy, is anything good on? What are you staring at? I don't know. What are you staring at? Hey, excuse me. Okay, buddy, okay, do that again. I'd like to see you try. Yeah. I fucking showed him. Okay. That's enough dicking around. I said I was gonna stop dicking around, and what am I doing? I'm dicking around. Let's embrace our inner furry and get in that lab. We meet up with Professor Elm, who proceeds to tell us about this email about eggs. And since he's a lazy asshole, he's not gonna take like a 30-minute walk, and instead he tells us to do it, and to take one of the Pokemon inside of the, thing, which means it is time for us to choose our first Pokemon. First, we have Chikorita. Oh, no. Next up, we have Totodile, who is a solid choice, with good physical bulk and attack, as well as a good move pool, and a thick ass. However, lots of the routes on this game have random little sprinkles of water on them, so the game is not lacking in good water types, which is my logical reason to hide the fact that I am blatantly choosing favorites. Also, if you prefer Totodile over Cyndaquil, then you are probably a fascist. Which leaves us with Cyndaquil, my favorite starter. Oh my god. What the fuck, bro? Not cool, Typhlosion. not cool. Because of recent revelations, well, I say recent, but by the time I'm releasing this video, it's probably been a year, I have decided to name my starter after my favorite sex pervert, Chris Chan. However, as soon as I utter the word Chris, Professor Elm just starts freaking out, so it's probably best to pick another sex weirdo. Okay, so while I was playing the game, the Hollywood sex weirdo of the month was P. Diddy for diddling Justin Bieber and probably a few other people. However, other than diddling Justin Bieber, I don't know what the fuck this guy did. So let's see here, maybe
right now I'm craving children.
No. Dan Schneid, nah. Ah! I got it. The greatest sex weirdo in YouTube's history. Rich Evans.
Fuck yeah.
Oh wait, she can talk? Character ruined. Insert woman clip here.
Female.
Rich Evans. What do you think of women? You fucking simp. I got myself a Pokemon. Try pushing me So we head back home because this codpiece fondler won't let us pass until we get our phone from our mom. Now with phone in hand, we can officially not begin because we do not have Pokeballs yet. So one slow walk through Route 1 later, and we reach Cherry Grove City, where we get ambushed by some old dude on crack, who tells me I can buy Pokeballs at the Pokemart, even though I can't. We finally reach our So we arrive at our destination, and this dude named Mr. Pokemon gives us an egg. And also for some reason, Professor Oak is here. And he gives us a Pokedex, and tells us to capture every Pokemon ever. But I'm no idiot, Samuel. I see through your clever disguise. I know that this is all just a ploy to pork my mom. Yeah, you need to get the goldenrod, but you know, goldenrod is here, and you're here. Yeah, Sam, no one believes you. Go back to porking Ash's mom and leave mine alone. Oh shit, he's leaving. Hey, come back! Where the fuck did he go? Elm tells us some shit went down, and that we need to get back to the lab immediately. And I get there as quickly as humanly possible. Oh hey, it's that pervert from before. You got a Pokemon at the lab. What a waste. That Pokemon is too good for a wimp like you. I mean, he says my Pokemon's too good for me, but all he orders his Totodile to do throughout the entire battle is use Leer. You want to know who I am? No. I'm going to be the world's greatest trainer. Oh yeah? Well, guess what? I stole your trainer card, bitch. Oh shit. Yeah, well, you dropped your potion here, idiot. We finally return to the lab, where there's a cop who, for some reason, immediately suspects us of stealing Elm's Pokemon. Elm, for some reason, doesn't speak up about the fact that he gave us the Pokemon, and we're a silent protagonist, so I guess we're going to jail. Luckily, Lyra's there to make the critical save, and tell the cop that it was some dude with red hair. Oh, hey, wait, I saw that guy. I stole his trainer card. Shit. I decide to name my rival the antithesis of cringe, which would be based. So with nothing but a hair color and a name, the cop is off to do absolutely nothing throughout the game. It takes Elm like 1 second to forget that his house got broken into and his shit got stolen when I give him the egg.
You will give me an egg!
And then he tells me to go beat the Pokemon League or something so he can be here alone with his egg. I talked to my mom about going on a grand journey, and she immediately offers to hold my money for me. Now, I do take her up on this offer because she can net us some pretty good items. However, looking back at it now, I kind of regret it. So with all of that done, we're off to watch a catching tutorial. So Lyra tries to teach us on how to catch a Pokemon, but the fucking idiot forgot to actually let us see her catch a Pokemon. So she gets us a little closer and, hey, wait a fucking second. I thought you caught a Pokemon. Where is it in your inventory? Wow, game, that's really inconsistent of you. 0 out of 10. With all of that finally out of the way, we can finally start our Nuzlock. And let's start it out by seeing what our first Pokemon is. It's a Sentret. I name Walker. Texas Ranger. Hell yeah. No one's fought a Walker Texas Ranger in 20 years. But I remember. I remember everything. Next up, we head north and catch a Rattata. I name Matt Walsh because he is the only Daily Wire Plus jabroni I am yet to reference in one of my videos. On Route 30, I catch a Panty I name Pidgey. And, oh shit. Wait, no. No, wait a minute. No. It can't be. It's motherfucking Youngster Joey. Oh, shit. Okay, everyone go back. Fuck it, Nuzlock's over. Go back. Somehow, we managed to defeat Youngster Joey, and thus, our victory in this game is inevitable. On Route 31, I catch a Caterpie I name Fuck, because this game doesn't have name censorship, and I can do what I want. And in Dark Cave, I catch a Zubat I name Stocking. No. Oh, she just gave me the Versus Seeker and FO'd. We enter Violent City, and learn that this lady has named her Pidgey Strawberry. This is in fact very important information for this Nuzlocke. We also get a call from Bugcatcher Wade, who gives us some berries. Why am I telling you this? Because it's the only time, with the exception of my mother, that anybody in this game calls me for anything useful. My team's looking a little weak at this point, so I decided to head to Route 31 to do some training. But I stopped by the Pokemon Center first and talked to this fellow. Hello. I should be a familiar face to every Pokemon fan. I am from the TV show, The Show Me Show. I am Piermo, the big brother. Today, would you, one of my fans, tell me what you think of me? Who? Oh my, is that how you feel about me? I never thought of it that way before. By the way, how do you like the way I am so exciting and fun? Damp grandmother. Truly, that gives me an all-new energy, so I can work even harder. Yeah, I bet something's even harder. Great feedback. It'll help me a lot. Thank you for your continued support. I train all day until night comes, and head to Sprout Tower, where I commit a murder, most ghastly. I then move down to Route 32, where I catch a Wooper I name King.
Hail to King Baby.
Back to training, and fuck! Dies. I forgot to record it. Now that all my guys are trained up, we are ready to head up Sprout Tower, an entire tower dedicated to Bellsprout. At the top of the tower, we find Based, beating up some old guy. He then turns around, tells us that love is gay, refuses to elaborate, and leaves. Now it's our turn to kick the shit out of the old dude, and we steal his flash and his escape rope, which we do not use to escape the tower. Instead, we use it in the ruins of Elf to open up the secret passageway to get an Oran berry. Now it is time to take on our first gym leader, Faulkner, a guy who really likes bird-type Pokémon. So I start off the battle with Panty, who spams out a bunch of quick attacks. Luckily, Faulkner's brain seems to be having problems today, and he keeps on trying to use Sand Attack on my Pidgey. Next up is Pidgeotto, who goes blow to blow with Panty. I was originally gonna kamikaze her, however, for some reason, I get cold feet and decide to switch out Rich Evans. It's okay, it's fine. It's just a matter of time till... Oh shit. I forgot he had Roost. I do get a lucky bird.
Why is my popcorn on fire?
However, unluckily, he gets a critical hit on me. And now I have to switch Rich out because he's one attack from dying. So now it is cycling time. I cycle into King, hoping he uses Tackle. He doesn't, and another Gust will be enough to kill. So I send in Walker, who dies, just like Chuck Norris jokes 13 years ago. But this sacrifice was enough to let Panty jump back in and get a quick kill with Quick Attack. After the battle, I get a call from Professor Elm, who tells me he wants me to carry his egg. Anyways, I meet his associate at the Pokemart, he gives us an egg, and we're on our way to— Ah! Woman! So we quickly head to Route 32. There's not much to talk about in Route 32, other than the legendary Fisherman Rolf. We finally reach the Onion Cave, where I catch a Geodude I name Geogal. Unionized Cave is over pretty easily, and we're out on the other end, to Route 33, where I catch a Hoppip I name Hop Drip. We reach Azalea Town, and see some guy getting assaulted by another guy, claiming to be a part of Team Rocket. But he doesn't look like Jesse or James to me. Oh well, not my problem. See, he's even protecting people from the dangerous well. What a good Samaritan. What my problem is, however, is that I forgot how to get the charcoal, and I fuck around for a bit trying to find it. Oh well, I don't really need the charcoal to beat the gym leader, so I go on into... Do you know about Slowpoke Tails? I heard it's tasty. Aren't you glad I told you that? Okay, now it's my problem. Old dude, kill them for blocking the gym. Unfortunately, the old dude I sent to kick their asses, it fell into the well. Wow, I guess that grunt wasn't lying. The well is actually dangerous. Huh. In the Slowpoke well, I try to catch a Slowpoke, and despite it being named the Slowpoke well, it is deceptively hard to find one. It takes me so long that the egg hatches into a Togepi, that I decide to name after the protagonist of one of my favorite 3DS games.
Bruh.
Daughter!
After careful consideration, I decide to name my Togepi Enterprise. Not after the spaceship, or the ship that spaceship is named after, the girl, based on the ship with a catchphrase from the captain of the spaceship. Oh, and not the car rental place either. Let's look at the ability. Oh, that's not very lucky. I swear that joke was funny. Anyways, I also catch a Slowpoke I call Sleepy Joe. I wait till night and head to the Eislick Forest. Don't worry, Kurt. I'll save those Slowpokes eventually and catch myself a motherfucking Oddish I name motherfucking Goku. Anyways, I start doing some training for like an hour because I got a whole bunch of new party members, and finally return to the Slowpoke well to throw Team Rocket out. After beating the shit out of Proton, Kurt finally gets off the floor, and I unlock the ability to get incredibly useful Pokeballs, like the Love Ball and the Moon Ball. So it's gym time, and there are some real tough Pokemon in here, like Caterpie and Ladybug. Bugsy, oh my god, he has a Cypher! The rest of his team sucks, but that Cypher is... ooh. So the strategy is simple. I train up Panty and Stocking to level 17, and I will use them to beat the shit out of Cypher, with the help of Rich Evans. So I try to head to the Isleck Forest to train them. However, I forgot that Based shows up after you beat Team Rocket. I thought he only showed up after you beat the gym. Based tells us that he thinks Team Rocket are a bunch of pussies, and decides to battle me because of that, for some reason. Luckily, I had Stockings out, who was the person I was planning to use for this fight anyways, who absolutely wipes the floor with Ghastly. Croconaw comes out next, and he just stands there, mean-mugging Goku.
Your insolence just cost you this world! I'll blow it all to pieces, and there's nothing you can do to stop me!
And finally, he has a Zubat, who absolutely gets obliterated by Rich Evans. Okay, now it is actually time to fight the gym leader. The strategy is pretty simple. Use Stocking. I did look at the data beforehand, and it does say that she won't die if she gets crit. And then use Rich Evans. What could possibly go wrong? Oh. Oh. But I did the... He should have not been able to... Oh. Fuck me. So Stocking gets sent to heaven. Knowing that I could have had the charcoal at this very moment just makes this so much more painful. I decide to send in Panty, who gets leered and instantly killed by another critical hit. Luck finally goes my way, as Rich Evans gets a burn on Cypher. But despite that, he still does quite a lot of damage with Quick Attack. But he finally goes down with the rest of Bugsy's team. Holy shit. I lost 2 team members to fucking Bugsy of all people. I'm gonna fucking die, aren't I? I can now use Cut. And there is some random dude in the forest, headbutting a tree. And now because of that, Joe Biden can now headbutt tree, which I use in Azalea Town to catch an Ambipom. I name handjob number hashtag. Also within the forest, we find a geisha who is lost. Typical woman. No sense of erection. Direction. Coffee emoji, coffee emoji, coffee emoji. I agree to help her. However, I am also tragically lost, and my fragile ego will not allow me to show weakness. Then Goku runs past me and shows her where the exit is, and then just comes back, staring at me. You little bastard. On Route 34, we meet up with Lyra and her grandparents, who are running the daycare. Oh, is this your boyfriend? Yes. Someone brought it up. Okay. Here's my chance. All I gotta do is play it cool and... What? Grandma? What are you talking about? He just lives nearby. Oh, wait, I forgot. Here's my Pokegear number. Oh, wait, never mind. We're in there, let's go. Grandma, don't say anything. We're both trainers. We are supposed to exchange numbers. That's all. Ooh, Team Rocket. Free experience. What do you want, you pest? Scram! Oh God, it's her. Hi, my name's Whitney. I heard that there was a quiz to win a radio card, so I came here to get one. But the quiz is so hard. Dear God, what could possibly be on this quiz that the great and mighty Whitney can't pass it? I shudder to think. Oh well, let's give it a try. Question 1. Can you check the town map on your Pokegear? Quiz is so hard. Yeah. Question 2. Can Nidorina only be a female? Difficult quiz. Question 3. Kurt, the Pokeball creator, uses apricots as ingredients. You know, I always thought that this question was fucked up and had the wrong answer. However, while I'm writing the script, I just found out that they're called apricorns and not apricots. I've been playing this game for 14 years. Question 4. Can Magikarp learn TMs? No. Question 5. In Professor Oak's popular show, Pokémon Talk, is he on with Mary? Yes, her name is Mary. No, her name is... Oh. It's Mary, not Mary. That's fucking devious. For completing the quiz, we get the radio card, and Whitney goes back to her gym, which means we can fight her right away. Yeah, no. I am nowhere near prepared enough to take on that thing. So it is faffing time. We start by getting some key items. I get the coin case for Voltorb Flip. I also sell out my soul at the bike shop in exchange for a bike. We also head into the Goldenrod tunnels and encounter Lyra, who gives us a fashion case and runs off. We clear out the tunnels and head to the department store, where I learn that I am broke. The consequences of letting the Bank of Mom hold my money. Speaking of completely broke, I catch a Spinnerack. I name Madame Web. Very topical, I know. And now the great journey for money begins, as I walk all the way back home just to pick up $5,000. I also spend some time mining in the ruins of Elf and get some shards, which I exchange for some really nice berries, actually. Training. I fight every single trainer I can find and catch a Nidoran female I call Ashley, because something mouse Ashley. More dated memes. Okay, and now that that's that, let's talk strategy. So, Miltank. Miltank is, well... And the best counter to them is Geogal, being resistant to all of Miltank's moves, and having access to Rock Smash, which does pretty good super effective damage, and Rock Polish, which will potentially give me the ability to outspeed and avoid those annoying stomp flinches. They also have really good physical stats for being first evolution Pokemon, and should be pretty capable of beating Miltank. However, there's also the chance that Miltank just outlasts Geogal with Milk Drink. And if that does happen, then I will resort to plan B, which is to cripple Miltank as much as humanly possible. Stun spores, blinding it with smokescreen and reflect. And then just absolutely wailing on it until it fucking dies. I am expecting an absolute bloodbath.
Hi, I'm Whitney. I saw you at the radio tower just now. Everyone was into Pokemon, so I got into it too. Pokemon are like super cute. You want a battle? I'm warning you, I'm like really good. It begins. That was easier than I expected. I trained for like 5 hours, only to just beat her with one Pokemon. I had a harder time with Bugsy. Yeah, you better fucking cry. Wow, the rest of this game is gonna be fucking easy peasy. Defeating Whitney unlocks one of my favorite features in this game, the Pokeathlon. Oh god, she's back. No, please don't give me that in the face! Next up, we take on the bug catching competition, where I catch a Cascoon. I name Viagra. I didn't win the bug catching competition, but I assure you,
I shall return.
I don't care if it's cheating. I need it. After the bullshit bug catching competition, rigged by Russian super hackers, we get to listen to this absolutely beautiful song. On Route 36, I catch a Nidoran male, which is a different Pokemon from Nidoran female? I call him Leon. Insert one-liner here.
No thanks, bro.
Also, Goku beats the shit out of a tree. With the tree eradicated, the entire Johto region basically becomes open to us, and we head north to Ecruteak City. In the Pokemon Center in Ecruteak City, we meet up with a guy named Bill.
Bill!
Next up on our tour of Ecruteak, we head to the dance hall, where some Team Rocket grunt is absolutely busting a move. I challenge him to a dance-off, but we are evenly matched. So our Pokemons instead have a dance-off. Luckily, his Pokemon doesn't have limbs. Therefore, King wins the dance-off, despite only having 2 more limbs than him. For winning the dance-off, some random old dude in the crowd gives me Surf, and I immediately put that on Joe Biden and King. Next up, Goku evolves, which for some reason I forgot to record. I walk back to Goldenrod and get an Eevee I name Snook Dog. And in Ecruteak City, I catch a Hoot I name Hooters. And then it's back to the bug catching competition, where I fuck shit ass. Why were they so fucking shit this time? Oh well, whatever. Fucking who cares. With Goku fully evolved, we head to Route 32 and get ran over by some guy who gives us strength for our trouble. I enter Mount Mortar and catch a Machop I name Steve. Morton, the man they call Sting. Next up, we move on to Route 38 and catch a Tauros I name after the greatest conservative mind of our time. No bullshit. Okay, that's enough filler. It's time to actually get into the Burnt Tower, where we meet some guy in a jabroni outfit, who's looking for Suicune. Oh, it's Based, who is also looking for Suicune to cover up for the fact that he is shitty at fighting. Case in point, we have a battle. Enterprise elbow drops Ghastly, and then for the third time in a row, Croconaw just stands there and doesn't attack. And his last Pokemon, Zubat, is, well, Zubat. Crobat enjoyers will know exactly what I mean. I take the bold strategy of going down this very obviously placed ladder, and there's Suicune, and Raikou, and Entei, who immediately run away after feeling the sheer raw aura of Goku. Then Jabroni Dude shows up, telling us something really sad, that in his 10 years of chasing Suicune, this is the closest he's ever gotten. We go back upstairs, and I decide to clear out the trainers, which lands us in some hot water, as we come across this trainer. Before any area, I always look over the trainers to make sure that there isn't anything fucky-wucky about it. And when I saw this guy, you know, he didn't look like anything special. All he had was a Charmeleon, which, you know, would be pretty good experience for my secret weapon for the fourth gym leader. But what I didn't know was that in the 4th generation, Charmeleon gets Dragon Rage. Oh god. He's faster than all my Pokemon that could kill him, and all my Pokemon have less than 80 HP. Which means, unfortunately, someone must be sacrificed. But who? With Enterprise being unable to evolve, I decide to sacrifice her to Charmeleon. Well, Enterprise, I guess this is the end of your road. But there is one thing Enterprise can do to get out of this situation. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the guitars, because it is time to rely on some luck. Never mind, she's fucked. Oh, wait a minute, that smoke screen. Enterprise is still in it.
Oh my god. Bone Rush. That's super effective, but it's also inaccurate. 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, it's the fucking gray goat! Eat your heart out, Zuikaku! You stupid dumb bitch!
Anyways, after some grinding, and some more grinding, I'm finally ready to take on Morty. Now, let's go over the team. We start out with my so-called secret weapon, which is, a drum roll if you please, Madame Web, who is shit, but kinda built perfectly for this gym. Okay, so Morty's whole thing is putting your Pokemon to sleep, and then hitting them with Dream Eater. But Madame Web has insomnia, the Gengar line has a weak defense, and Madame Web's only serviceable stat is their attack stat. And the cherry on top of that is that she gets Shadow Sneak at level 19. So speed doesn't really matter. Other than that, everyone else is level 25, and we talk to Morty, who tells us the people of Ecruteak City revere a rainbow Pokemon. Oh god, it's the woke agenda. The fight with Morty gets off to a rocky start, as Madame Web fails to kill the first Ghastly, and he gets off a curse. Owie. Next up is his level 21 Haunter, who has Dream Eater. Not good. And I am forced to switch in Sleepy Joe because of Curse. Sleepy Joe goes on a confused rant and then takes a nap. Back into Madame Web, who kills Haunter. Next up is Gengar, who Madame Web takes a nice chunk out of before getting killed by Shadow Ball. Like her mother, who was killed in the Amazon rainforest researching spiders. Okay, with that totally relevant joke out of the way, Enterprise comes in and cleans up the rest of the fight. After winning our 4th gym badge, we moved to Olivine City, location of the 6th gym, which Based walks out of.
He tells us something actually useful for once, and that is that there is good experience in the lighthouse. Moving to the lighthouse, which is very much just like my penis. Long, hard, full of semen, and with a beautiful girl at the end of it. And a sick Pokemon. What? This is Jasmine, the gym leader of Olivine City. She is currently refusing to do her job until we cure Ampharos' sickness. The cure to the sickness is in Cianwood City. So, we head north and catch a Magnemite. I decide to name The Last Jedi. Because, just like The Last Jedi, there's actually a lot of really deep metaphors that you just missed. Because you know what? You're looking at Pokemon wrong. And you're stupid.
Hello, and welcome to Pokemon's Mysterious Symbolism, where we look at the deep symbolic metaphors held inside the design of Pokemon. Today, we will be looking at the Generation 1 Pokemon, Magnemite. The red and blue on the magnets is very clearly symbolizing the duality of man, and the large gray section in the middle of the magnet symbolizes the gray area between both good and evil, and the screw buried deeply into Jasmine's anus shows us that the capacity to do good and evil can exist in anyone, even the most good and innocent of us.
Oh, and I also catch a Goldeen I named Goldfish Percent. Hi, Misogyny Town. Bye, Misogyny Town. On Route 42, we catch a Girafarig I name... Okay, it's Gyarados time. I decide to start off with Goku, who paralyzes Gary and takes him to about 2/3 health. I switch into Rich Evans to hopefully get off a smokescreen or two, but that doesn't happen. King is up next, who takes a Dragon Raid, and I decide I've had enough of switching around and to just catch the bastard. And I do, and I name him Ballin' Stallin'. Now with Ballin' Stallin' in tow, we head back to fuck off Raikou. So we head back to Cherry Grove City, stopping by Mr. Pokemon's house on the way to get the EXP share. In Cherry Grove City, I catch a Tentacool I name Mistake.
This is a mistake!
Because it feels like a mistake that he's able to be caught in this tiny pond. Moving back to Olivine City, we find a sick Miltank and shove a bunch of orange berries in its face until it gets better. And for our heroic and charitable deed, we get some milk. I catch a Krabby on Route 40 I name... AIDS! And a Staryu I name Fuckface. Named after a Starmie I caught when I was like 10. For some reason. I also put Goku in a ball capsule, because I feel like it. We finally move out to Cianwood Town, catching a Mantime. In the meantime, I name Mentime. I meant to call it Meantime, but I'm an illiterate idiot. Insert men here?
Men.
We finally arrive in Cianwood Town. In Cianwood, some guy gives me a shuckle named Shuckley. And we meet with Suicune again. They're about to join my party, but then Jabroni guy comes out of nowhere and scares them off. You fucker, go away! It's not gonna suck your dick, dude. Stop trying. Wait, what was this guy's name?
So, Jabroni Dude challenges us to a battle to try to impress his darling Suicune Senpai. Yeah, bro, whatever. You're weird, get out of here. With all my Pokemon up to level 21, I am ready to take on Chuck. I don't really have a strategy in mind, but you know, I'm just gonna wing it. I mean, he only has 2 Pokemon. How hard could he possibly be?
Bruh.
Hi, this is a post-production, whatever the hell my name is. Originally, I had this big, giant, kind of embarrassing fight with Chuck. But unfortunately, the music I used for that fight is copyrighted. And I can't just change the music for it, because the fight scene kind of was supposed to go with the music. If you want to watch the original fight scene, there should be a link in the description. And then you can just come back and watch the rest of the video. But for those of you who don't really want to watch it, I'll just give you the gist of it. Basically, Primeape gets up a whole bunch of double teams, and I am unable to hit him. This goes on for like 20 turns, until I remember that Goku has Magical Leaf, which cannot miss. So Goku disposes of Primeape pretty easily, and almost gets rid of Poliwrath, but unfortunately, he goes asleep, and is not waking up. So I decide to send in Gyarados, because he's at like, pretty low health, and a Dragon Rage should kill him. And he basically does no damage to Gyarados. But unfortunately, I accidentally switched back into Goku. I then quickly remedied this mistake by sending Stalin back in, but unfortunately, this time when he gets sent in, Poliwrath gets a critical hit and kills him. I then go into a completely blind panic because all of my Pokemon are very slow and very hurt. I eventually decide to send in King, who manages to go 6 turns at like 3 health and wins us the battle. Anyways, you want to watch the original fight scene, links in the description, and let's get back into the video.
Oh my god. Losing Ball and Stalin really sucks. Gyarados is like the best Pokemon you could even catch in this game. After giving it some thought, I decide that the best replacement for Ball and Stalin would probably be Fuckface. So I fly to the Pokeathlon to immediately pick up a Water Stone. I next fly to Misogyny Town and head up to the Lake of Rage to talk to this walking wardrobe malfunction named Lance. Lance asks us if we would help him on an investigation to see why the Pokemon at the Lake of Rage are so ragey. I say no, but unfortunately I need to progress, so... It's a fucking raid! Get to the ground! Holy shit, that guy's got hyper beamed! We bust in and start taking asses and kicking names. Oh, yeah, right, and to stop the radio waves, we need to turn off a generator, which is behind this door, which has a voice-activated block, so I need to find the dude with the code. Unfortunately, we instead run into Base, who starts crying at me about how he took a fat L against Lance. He then pushes me and runs away crying. Oh god, there's a sex pervert in here, who proceeds to start taking off his clothes. King, put this guy's balls in a hydraulic press. Eventually, he tells us the code, which is Heil hit Leo Giovanni. Yeah. But unfortunately, to activate the voice activator, it needs to be someone's specific voice, not just the code. And the admin FOs before we can start breaking things. Luckily, there's just a random bird in here who can mimic his voice perfectly. And he just so happens to run in front of the door that we needed to be opened. Oh yeah. I love it when a plan comes together. Unfortunately, there was another Team Rocket admin hiding in here somewhere, and some jobber, who tried to hit us with the old double team. Luckily, Lance comes out of nowhere to make the critical save from what would at worst be a double battle against a level 25 Raticate. So he... I want mommy, I want milk, I want to be held, I want to be comforted. So, I originally thought I lost the footage of this battle, and I am so happy I didn't. Because this might be one of the most ridiculous battles I've ever seen.
So we start off the fight with Enterprise and Dragonite up against a Drowsy and an Ekans. Dragonite takes out the Drowsy with Fly, and Enterprise slaps Arbok. But on the first turn, Drowsy manages to get off a Hypnosis, putting Enti to sleep, and Arbok gets off a Glare on Dragonite, who proceeds to stand there for the 4 turns that Enterprise is asleep, doing nothing. Eventually, Big E wakes up and takes out Arbok. Next up is Murkrow and Grimer, and I decide to switch out into King, who manages to hit everyone with Surf. Dragonite finally uses Fly, but unfortunately, by the time he gets to the ground, King has already eliminated both opponents. Mommy's final Pokemon is a Gloom, who puts King at a major disadvantage. So I decide to switch in Goku, who tanks the Mega Drain. However, his best move to hit Gloom with is Acid, which, it kinda sucks. But I decide to keep him in, to try to make it look like Lance is not a total failure, and lo and behold, he actually gets to fly up. But next turn, Goku gets a critical hit, winning the fight before Dragonite could do anything. Hot Milf starts coping about, oh well, we didn't actually need our secret underground bunker, and runs off. Lance then tells me that I was doing so good that he decided to just kick back and do nothing. So we finally enter the generator, and Lance orders us to execute a bunch of trapped, helpless electrodes. So I catch one, and I name him Poland, and then the other ones I just run from. As a reward for being ordered to commit a war crime, Lance gives us HM05. Fucking Whirlpool. You fucking bitch. He then proceeds to tell us to not continue our journey, because he knows, if I actually get to the champion fight, I'm gonna kick his fucking ass. So now that Team Rocket is defeated, I can head north and get the Spirit Bomb for Goku. He beat the Schnoz out of the trainers in Price's gym, but after looking at his team... Okay, here's the issue. You see, Price is a bit more of a water trainer than an ice trainer, and because of that, Rich Evans is probably not the best pick. And neither is Goku, due to the fact that all of his Pokemon have Ice-type moves. So I decide to take the Forbidden Furdock, which is flying back to Goldenrod City and playing lots of Voltorb Flip to buy Fuckface Thunderbolt. After like 2 days of grinding and Voltorb Flip, we are ready to take on Price. Since his entire team is still weak to grass, I decide to start out with Goku, who destroys Seal and takes a good old chunk out of Dugong. Dugong does also get a pretty good hit on Goku, so I decide it would be best to switch out into Fuckface, just in case he gets a critical hit. Luckily, Dugong decides to rest on that turn, making it easy to make Dugong Dugong. Oh, and then he had Drowned Pillow. With Gym 7 down, all we have to do is beat Gym 8, and then... Wait a minute, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Wait, shit! I forgot about the sick Ampharos! I don't even remember when I got the medicine, but I give it to Jasmine, Ampharos is all fine, and she returns to her gym. Now, this gym is the most evil gym ever created. Why? Well, they dangled the opportunity for more experience in your face, but the trainers don't actually battle you. They just stop you to talk to you. Oh god, it's like X and Y summed up in one gym. Speaking of easy, Jasmine, who is no match for the power of King, who solos the entire fight, eliminating both Magnemite and bench pressing Steelix. Defeating Jasmine means that we can finally evolve Rich Evans into his final form. And as long as there is no long and stupid distraction that will waste
2 hours of my time, then we should... So, we get a frantic call from Elm, telling us that Team Rocket has interrupted his edging session to the Oak and Mary show, and now it is our job to stop him. But Team Rocket has deployed a most evil and devious plan to stop us. An unmovable NPC. Fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me, you fucker! So he won't fight me. Luckily, I have a plan, and that plan is to join Team Rocket. Now that I am a part of Team Rocket, the plan is I'll just head past the guard, maybe try to screw that MILF, find whoever's leading this shindig, and then stab him in the back of the head, Trotsky style. Wait. Oh shit, that's based. Hopefully he doesn't... shit. This is awkward. Are you cringe? What are you doing here? Your mom? So, Based takes off our clever disguise, and instead of attacking the random dude sexually assaulting a fellow member, he instead attacks us. Which was a critical error, because if he just went back to blocking the stairs, then we'd be screwed. So we kick his ass, but unfortunately he gets away to alert the rest of Team Rocket. Based then tells me that he really wants to fight Lance, which would be a hell of a battle to watch. Based just sitting there, spamming Scary Face, as Lance's Dragonite does nothing. What do you think about Based, Goku? Yeah, me too. Now that we are on the second floor, it is time to get down to important business and play the password game. Today's password? Why, help, of course. So there's a locked door, and the only person with the key is the radio director. Luckily, nobody thought to put him behind the locked door, and he's just sitting in his office. Hey bud, there's a bunch of Team Rocket dudes running around your tower. He immediately spills the beans that he's actually that guy with purple hair from the base. So he starts scrapping. I was going to destroy him with Joe Biden. However, I noticed something, and that is that all of his Pokemon have self-destruct. Oh dear. Luckily, King has Damp, so I switch him out, and he starts mopping the floor with it. For defeating this dude, he gives us the key to the basement of Goldenrod Tunnels, where the director is being held. So we head to that basement. Ah! I know Based shows up somewhere down here, but I don't remember if it's at the start or at the... Oh, it's at the start. So, Based was following me that whole time, trying to get to Lance, but eventually he just got bored and decided to start shit with me for some reason. Sleepy Joe comes out, he gets very confused, so he leaves, and Rich Evans comes in, who also gets confused, and I eventually have to switch into King, who kills Golbat. Next up is Haunter, who I give the old Akagi treatment. Oh dear. Jumping back into King, who takes out Magnemite, and puts Feraligatr to sleep, which allows Goku to come in and hit him with the Kamehameha Blast. With Based defeated, we do a little puzzle, and Sleepy Joe finally evolves. Yay. Eventually, we find what we're looking for. The Sleep Talk TM, the greatest move in Generation 2. Wait, this is Generation 4. Yeah, we also find the radio director, who gives us the key, so now we can start kicking some ass. Behind the locked door, we have that crazy guy who is hacking off Slowpoke Tail. Here's a photo I made of him without his hat. Next is... Mommy, 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 mommy. Hee. This time, it looks like we're all alone. All alone. I like where this is going. Unfortunately, the only place it's going is a battle. In the battle, King takes out Arbok, but falls back because of Vileplume. I send in Goku, just to flex the obvious superiority of Blossom. Unfortunately, This is the last time we will ever see Rocket Milf. I leave with a great sorrow in my heart. It's too bad. I really came to respect your strength. Yeah, I really came.
Tell me why I'm stuck as a virgin with rain.
We go up the elevator and encounter a lovely view. And guy with Hatsune Miku colored hair and a bad comb over. So King decides to just start whipping this guy's ass until eventually he's had enough and decides to disband Team Rocket. And for our valiant effort of defeating Team Rocket, we get the Pride Feather. Now with Goldenrod rid of their rocket problem, we can finally move past this. Fucking dick eater. On Route 44, I catch a Poliwag. I name Y. Like, why the hell is this motherfucker? We enter the Ice Path, a rather infamous area for its difficult strength and ice puzzles. Luckily, I've played this game like 20 times, and could do this dungeon in my sleep. Near the end of the cave, we run into one of them kimono broads, who is stuck in the ice. Step bro. Now that we are in Blackthorn City, we can... Oh god. You know, I never really thought Claire to be that challenging of a fight until this very moment. Usually that's because at this point I have a Gyarados and enough full restores and revives to just wait out any bad luck. But since I can't for this challenge, I'm gonna need to do more grinding. We start the grind by going to one of my favorite areas that I kind of forgot to go to. If you use Surf on Route 34, there's this little area with a bunch of ace trainers around. I don't know, I just always found this area to be kind of cool. Next up, we go to Route 47, an area that unlocks once you give Ampharos the medicine. It also has really good music. Speaking of music, did you know that double battles against ace trainers have their own unique theme? And another double battle with...
It's sexual, baby.
Now that I am at the Safari Zone, I'm just gonna rapid fire through all the Pokemon I caught in this area. We'll start off with this little cave over here where I catch an Onix, I name Dick. I catch a Jigglypuff, I name Majin Buu in the Safari Zone. I catch a Seal, I name Seal. And a female Farfetch, I name Naru. Now with that out of the way, we head back to Goldenrod because I need Ice Beam, which means more Voltorb Flip. I'm gonna fucking lose it! After like another day of doing Voltorb Flip, I finally get Ice Beam. That done, I head back to Blackthorn so I can go down Route 45 and catch a Fanfy. And I also go through the Dark Cave and catch no one. Ooh. Okay, we're here now, and I will tell you the strategy. Fuckface. Fuckface should be able to run Dick all over this battle. However, Dragonair is an asshole because they have a 25% chance of living in Ice Beam. And there's two of them with Thunder Wave. So, to get around this, I have decided to use a forbidden strategy. That's right, we're gonna cheat. Okay, it's not technically cheating. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get Fuckface really close to level 42, but not actually there. So, when I kill Claire's first Pokemon, a Gyarados, which I have a 100% chance of killing, I'll level up to level 42, and now have a 90% chance of killing both of them. But the two Dragonairs are only a minor inconvenience. The real threat is Kingdra. While its stats are pretty mediocre, its type leaves them with no weaknesses to any of my Pokemon, and Sniper allows them to kill every one of my party in one hit. Now, the best strategy to beat them would probably just be to let Fuckface die, and then revenge kill it with, like, someone. But I kinda need Fuckface alive for a future battle, so a different strategy is needed. Luckily, I have that perfect strategy, and that is
to Flash Claire. Remember the Flash TM we got way back in the Sprout Tower? Well, now I'm going to be putting that to good use on Fuckface. I forget Surf because I'm not going to need it for this fight, and equip Fuckface with the Never Melt Ice. And finally, I'm ready to take on Claire. She introduces herself as the greatest Dragon Master in the world, which I guess confirms that Lance is in fact the Flying Master, and not the Dragon one. The battle is on! Fuckface kills her first free Pokemon, easy peasy.
What killed the dinosaurs? Yes,
And it's time. Fuckface flashes.
Think fast, Chuckle Nuts!
Oh shit. More flashing. More flashing! I then switch out into Biden, who puts Kingdra to sleep. Now with Kingdra asleep, I have to choose who to send out. All it takes is one critical hit, and anyone on my team would be fucked. After some thinking, I decide Goku hasn't really had much to do in this playthrough, so I decide to send him out. Oh, for fuck's sake, of course Kingdra wakes up.
Daddy monkey. Huh? Where? Oh my god, you could grind meat on it.
Oh man. That was a sweaty one. After the fight, Claire refuses to give up. And now I have to go to the Dragon's Den to talk to some guy or something. When I enter this little back room, the Den's elder seems pretty understanding of why I'm here. It seems Claire sends a lot of people down here, but I'm still gonna have to do the test anyway. Question 1. What are Pokemon to you? Junior? What does that even mean? Friend. Question 2. What helps you win battles? Well, judging by what happened with Claire, I'd say cheating, which is a strategy of sorts. Question 3. What kind of trainer do you wish to battle? I don't know, preferably weaker trainers, but I don't really care. They both give me EXP. Question 4. What is most important for raising a Pokemon? Violence. Okay, love. Question 5. Strong Pokemon, weak Pokemon. Which is more important? Your favorites? With that, we have completed the test. Easy peasy. Claire walks in with the most Gen 5 sounding theme I've ever heard in my life. She immediately assumes that we failed, but when we inform her that we passed, she still refuses to give us the fucking badge. The Elder then threatens that he's gonna tell Lance on her, and that's enough for her to finally give us the goddamn badge. We try to leave, but we get ambushed by Claire, who frantically apologizes and gives us Dragon Balls. It's not because she likes us or anything. Hello? We also get a call from Elm to meet him at his lab. God, I hope this isn't about eggs. But before that, I get a free Dratini. I name... Good? What? What was I thinking? So we go to Elm's lab and... Oh, hey. It's Elira. Now's my chance. So... I got 8 gym badges. That's cool. The professor's waiting for you.
Holy shit, she's fucking cool.
So Elm thanks us for helping him with his eggs and gives us a Master Ball. What? He also tells us about a group of beautiful kimono girls. I heard you helped the kimono girls. You've been helping all these people. You make me proud to be your friend. Okay, we're going to Ecruteak City. Time to see what these kimono girls are up about. And Based comes flying out. Man, I've been there as well. It's not like GTA. They are really serious about that look don't touch policy. Oh, you got your ass handed to you by them. This is awkward. He then runs off, and his excuse is he doesn't want to watch us win. But we all know it's because he's very tsundere and loves us. So, the kimono girls. The first one we meet is Zuki, the one who we killed in Violent City. She got better. She informs us that getting the egg for Professor Elm has all been part of a very elaborate ritual to bring back Ho-Oh. And now I need to take on all 5 of them in a battle. So I decide to lead with Rich Evans, equipped with a choice scarf. Thank you, Mom. And I am just gonna sit there and spam the shit out of Lava Plume. I get rid of Umbreon with relatively no issue. Next up is Naoko, who Goku embarrassed me in front of back in the Islamic forest. Naoko comes out swinging with an Espeon that hits Rich with a powerful Psychic. Luckily, I do manage to get a burn off on it, but for some reason I'm worried of some sort of dumb speed tie. So I send in Fuckface, who tanks the Psychic, winning us our second battle. Third one up is Mickey, the girl who judged the dance-off between King and that one Team Rocket grunt's coughing. She tells us that she could have removed the Rocket Ruffian herself, but she couldn't be arsed. Of course, she uses a Flareon. In the battle, we see the return of the King on the dance floor. Fourth one up, and she's the one we, push from behind. And it's pretty much the same as the previous one. Send out King, who kills them with an Earthquake. The final one, the kimono girl we met in the tunnels under Goldenrod. Kuni. Kuni? Cunny? Cunny?
Is Connie like?
Connie?
I hope for a
Connie!
As I
Connie!
rise in the morning, I gaze upon
Connie!
my tiny wife yawning, with eyes like dazzling gems, and gems.
Oh, of course the kimono girl with the funny name has a Vaporeon. I decide to send in Joe Biden for the shits and the giggles. However, when I see him start putting Vaporeon to sleep, I quickly switch him out for Goku to avoid a future sexual assault lawsuit. Now that I have defeated the kimono girls, I obtain the Bell, which combined with the Pride Feather creates the Pride Turkey. Now all we have to do is climb up the tower, and them will be ours. So we climb up the tower, which is a big-ass maze. And we reach the top. But before I continue on, I just have always wondered, why are there these two, like, rotted 2x4s here? Anyways, we go to the roof, and we get locked into a cutscene where Ho-Oh pops out of this skybox. Now that they've been summoned, we can move on. Oh yeah, right, we catch Ho-Oh, my favorite legendary, and we give it a legendary name. Ho! Not the hose I wanted to get, but you know, yeah, I'll take it. With Ho in hand, we can finally move to the Pokemon League, which has been behind my house this whole time. Before I can reach the league, we first have to go through Tojo Falls, an area whose entire purpose is to prevent you from going to the Pokemon League before beating Claire. Though it does have this one room, which is part of the coolest events in Pokemon history, that I have never been able to trigger because I've never obtained a celery. Leaving the falls, we encounter 2 large routes filled to the brim with trainers, with Pokemon in their early 30s. Woo! I wonder how many people have ever been to these tiles. There's nothing on them. They're just here for no reason. Why are they here? I catch a Doduo I name, whatever that symbol is. The rest of the trip is relatively uneventful, and we reach Victory Road Gate. After a jaunty little walk through Victory Road, I pick up Earthquake and reach the end. This is the life. No pukesters to my left, and no pukesters to my right. Feels so good. Peace and quiet. I'm bored. Luckily, someone shows up, and it's based who apparently crushed every single trainer on this route before we got here, and now vows to crush me. Oh my god. Whatever. It's just based. What could he possibly do? Oh, is he gonna use Leer on us? Or maybe Scary Face? Oh god. He's learning. The final battle begins with Rich Evans exploding all over Sneasel.
I'm gonna come!
Feraligatr comes out, so I send in Goku, who tanks the oncoming waterfall, and gets hit by Slash. Really, Based? Come on, man. You can do it. Just use Ice Fang. Please. He finally did it. He's evolving. Based uses Ice Fang on Goku, but unfortunately for him, I came prepared with a Yachi Berry. Golbat's up next, and in comes Sleepy Joe, who annihilates Golbat. Haunter is up next, and I make the risky play of keeping Joe in, who gets absolutely schwacked by a Shadow Ball. But he lives, and Zen headbutts the melanin out of Haunter, because he knows he voted for Trump. Magneton falls like a ton of bricks at the feet of the king. And finally, Fuckface dabs on Kadabra. Well, that is certainly the hardest Based has ever fought. However, he still needs to learn to click the Ice Fang button when Goku's around. But what Based thinks he needs is the power of friendship, or some shit, and he leaves to become the only well-written character in Pokemon history. Welp, we finally did it. We've reached the Pokemon League. And if you know what that means, it is pre-Elite Four preparation montage time. Our first stop is the Bank of Mom, which, despite putting me on half income this whole game, did net me some nice items. With all the money in the world, I go on a shopping spree, buying as many full restores, fresh waters, and TMs as I can. My next destination is back to Victory Road. It's Rock Smash time, and I grab any items I missed. Then it's back to Goldenrod to reach the Islick Forest to kill a bunch of Psyducks. I then head to Violent City and do the same thing to Poliwag. Next up is back to Victory Road for even more training. And finally, one last session of Voltorb Flip. We did it. We're done. I never had to play this fucking mini game again. Okay. We're here. It only took me 59 hours, but we're here. Let's talk about the party. And it's the same party it's been the whole game, with some changes. First up is Rich Evans, who I have given Earthquake, Lava Plume, Shadow Claw, and Smokescreen. Looking back through the game, Rich Evans really didn't do much past Bugsy, but that's all about to change, because he's probably the best Pokemon I have against Koga and Karen, who have really annoying teams who are good against most of my Pokemon. Next up is Goku.
Hey, it's me, Goku!
Goku's had a very rough time through this game, mainly because 80% of the trainers in this game are fucking Team Rocket. Though, despite that, I still found a spot for Goku as my anti-evasion bullshit Pokemon, and that will be exactly what he will do in this Elite Four. Number 3, it's Fuckface the Starmie. Fuckface is by far my best Pokemon, and his only purpose is to destroy Champion Lance. I mean, look at the moves. Look at Lance's team. Every single move that Fuckface has is either stab super effective or super effective. All I have to do is make it there with Fuckface alive, and then plant that starfish right in that cape-wearing fraud's eye. Fourth up is King, who's King. Stab Earthquake, only weak to one Pokemon in the entire Elite Four. Do I even need to say more? I don't. Next up, we have Sleepy
Joe
Joe,
Biden said
who is
come.
no ordinary Joe. Sleepy Joe is kind of my backup fuckface if anything goes wrong, and I somehow lose them. I plan on using the extra Ice Beam TM I got from Voltorb Flip on Joe, and then, I don't know, I guess I'll try to figure it out from there. Though, I do have to say, with the exception of Karen, who's the only Elite Four member I'm actually worried about, Sleepy Joe has a great matchup against everyone. And last, and certainly least, we have Enterprise. Oh, Enti. If only the Shiny Stone was available before the Elite Four, you'd be an absolute monster. Probably capable of sweeping the entire Elite Four by yourself due to your cracked move pool. But unfortunately, it was not meant to be. Now, I know you're wondering, why do you even have Enterprise on your team? I mean, they suck. But despite the stats, Enterprise honestly just has a lot going for it that no other Pokemon really has. First of all, their move pool is still pretty good. Second is that Enterprise has the ability to heal Pokemon with Wish, a very useful trait in a run where I can't heal my Pokemon. And finally, they have Metronome, for the memes. With that all out of the way, we step in to take on our first opponent, the Psychic Specialist Will, whose team is so underleveled, I assume that the battle will be a piece of cake. But you know what they say about assuming, and I certainly make an ass of myself. We start out with Enterprise, who has a favorable matchup with Xatu, who she manages to kill, but I am forced to switch out to Rich Evans. But he gets very sleepy, and Jinx's Psychic smacks harder than I thought. So, I think I need to resort to Fuckface, who disposes of Jinx. Xatu's up next, and this one has Ominous Wind, so I decide it would probably be a good idea to switch back into Enterprise, who unfortunately gets confused, and now I have to send in Sleepy Joe, who hit Xatu with the Blue Wave. In response, Will sends in Executor, but the idiot forgot to put any Grass-type moves on him. So Sleepy Joe makes him go Night-Night, which allows me to send in Goku, who hits him with the Spirit Bomb. And that's that. Oh wait, I forgot. That was Will? I thought he was gonna be easy. Oh, I'm so screwed. Because up next is Koga. Look at that. Minimize and double team. Oh, I'm so screwed. So, the strat is to have Rich Evans with a Choice Scarf blast through all his bug types, and then hopefully King or Joe Biden can hit Colbat or Cum. So, just as I said, Rich Evans blasts through his first two Pokemon, like Mr. Blanket blasts through a TV. Speaking of Cum, I decide to send in King. Unfortunately, in this time, he gets a Minimize off, and I miss the first Earthquake. Luckily, he tries to Toxic me, but I came prepared with a Lumberry. Eventually, we do get an Earthquake on. Unfortunately, it doesn't kill, and he uses a full restore. Sir, the second Earthquake has hit the Comlob, and that one does kill. Rich comes back in and lasers Venom off, and Koga's down to his final Pokemon, Crobat. Instead of letting Crobat get off a free double team, I decide to keep Rich in. Unfortunately, he still gets a double team off, and I miss my first attack. But the next one lands, and it manages to burn Crobat, so now he is on a time limit. And that time limit is 1 turn because Rich finishes the fight. Well, that went incredibly smoothly. I was expecting another Chuck Suck and Fuck. Bruno's up next, and Joe could
probably just absolutely annihilate him. However, I see he does have counter, which is not good. So I decide to start out with Enterprise, whose extrasensory smashes Hitmontop. Hitmonchan is up next, who has both Thunder Punch and Ice Punch. So I'm gonna try to use King in hopes that he uses Thunder Punch. He does not use Thunder Punch, but it is no problem, because King is a tanky boy.
Boy, that's a thick-ass boy!
And hits this motherfucker like he's Lisbon in 1755. Hitmonlee is up next, and High Jump Kick would sting like a motherfucker. So I decide that it is finally time to send in Joe Biden, who barely even notices the High Jump Kick, before annihilating both Hitmonlee and Onyx for that matter. Which means it's all down to Machamp, who is faster and has perfectly accurate rock slides, which allows him to get off a few good hits on Biden.
Oh, come on, man.
But what you were unaware of, Bruno, was up until now he's only been using a mere 5%
of my power. Now let's see how well you fare against my Biden blast.
Anywho. Oh god, here we go, it's Karen.
You're in my personal space, bitch!
If there was somebody that could stop me at this point, it would be Karen. With the exception of Rich Evans, Karen's Pokemon have really good matchups against my Pokemon. And there are also some really tricky Pokemon. Double Team Umbreon will suck to fight, and Houndoom is gonna hit like a truck. And Gengar has the chance to BS one of my Pokemon to death with Destiny Bond. So, yeah, this could get hairy. I decide to start out with Goku to mitigate Umbreon's double team. And it's like two unmovable objects standing there, slowly chipping away at each other. Karen uses both of her full restores, and I actually have to switch out to use Wish on Goku. But after the same time it takes to wrap up your average Dragon Ball Z fight, Murkrow is up next, and I send in Rich Evans, who explodes him. Houndoom is out, and I have a score to settle with this motherfucker. You see, 11 years ago, I saw a video that had the audacity to claim that Houndoom was a better fire type than Typhlosion. This baffling and frankly ridiculous claim is completely outlandish and is at odds with reality. Everybody knows that Typhlosion is the best fire type ever. And here's my proof. See? What other fire type can even learn Earthquake? And that's why Typhlosion is the best fire type ever. And whatever fool made that video was so embarrassed that he deleted it. Or at least I assumed he deleted it. I can't find it. Gengar is up next, and even though I do have Shadow Claw and Rich Evans, I use Enterprise, solely because if I do get bullshitted by Destiny Bond, it's not that bad. But she does manage to kill them. And also Vileplume. Smooth operation. Okay, the last battle. Lance Vance Dance, you fraud. It's time. Has anyone ever gone over to these tiles? I used to do it all the time for fun. Okay, battle time. There's no need for words now. I wish X and Y could have learned that one. Hey, Lance. Fuck you! Starfish! So, fuckface. Well, fucks Lance's face. It's perfect. Lance doesn't even get an attack off. There was a danger from Aerodactyly, who had a speed tie with us and super effective crunch. However, he would have needed a critical hit to kill Fuckface. So that's it. The fight's over. After the fight, this broad runs up with Professor Oak. What the fuck are you doing here? Let's interview the brand new champion. Oh, well, let me be clear. Read my lips. I did not have sexual relations with a sick Pokemon. I was simply making— Wait, Lance, where are you taking me? No, this is my time. You can't do this to me. You fucker! Well, that's that. The Nuzlock is finally over. It only took 60 hours of mostly grinding and playing Voltorb Flip, but in the end, I won. But before I get to talking about my feelings on the Nuzlock as a whole, I want to talk about my team of Goobers. This may be my favorite team I've used for a Nuzlock so far, and also the worst team I've ever used. Because my team was slow and didn't really have high attack, they kind of relied more on each other and their move pools than just being super powerful, unlike in my other Nuzlocks. I guess what I'm trying to say is, I won this Nuzlock via the power of friendship. Oh, yeah, right. And also because I spent like 20 hours making the perfect killing machine. Yeah, my team was kinda underpowered, and I love them for it, but Fuckface was absolutely cracked. The early loss of both Gyarados and Zubat, two staples of any playthrough of this game for me, really put me on the back foot in this game. The Johto Pokedex is, kinda shit, and a lot of the best Pokemon are locked behind trade or the endgame. So losing some of the better Pokemon for this playthrough really stung. But I also feel like the game is kind of balanced around this shitty Pokedex. Take, for example, Claire, who, in any other Pokemon game, would be a pretty underwhelming 8th gym leader. But in HeartGold, she's an absolute demon, with no good counters to her signature Pokemon. I also feel like I should talk about how much I actually kind of love Lance's team. People usually take one look at his team and just dismiss it as being stupid, but I kinda love it. It's like the team an 8-year-old would put together. I can just imagine Lance just thinking, well, Dragonite's like the coolest and best Pokemon ever. What if I put like 3 of them on my team? Then I'd be invincible. I have to say, I was surprised on how a lot of the battles in this playthrough went. At the start, I barely made it past the first 2 gym leaders, and only really did it because of lucky burns. But then just casually beating Whitney with just 1 Pokemon is crazy to me. I usually don't even think about Bugsy or the other guy. And the fight I struggled with the most in this game was Chuck, famously shit Chuck, with his 2 jabroni Pokemon, while being the 5th gym leader, and he nearly won. Some of that battle was down to luck, and not being able to hit Mankey. I would say another problem with it was I was just trying to be too fancy, when I should have just let Stalin do his work. As I said at the start, Pokemon HeartGold is the first Pokemon game I ever played, and is also my favorite Pokemon game. But it's far from perfect, with its fairly poor Elite Four, stinker gym, and lack of EXP. Oh, but there's also a lot of features that no other Pokemon game has, or that doesn't appear again for like another 3 generations. Like running being constant, and not requiring you to hold down the B button the whole game. Or walking with your Pokemon, which, to this day, no game has done as good. I know they brought it back in like the Crown Tundra DLC, and it's been in the game ever since, but it's just done so poorly. Or going to a completely different region in a Pokemon game, or the Pokeathlon, or just copying and pasting the Battle Frontier from Platinum, or the ending credits, that definitely don't make me cry. These are just some of the reasons why Pokemon HeartGold Soul Silver isn't just my favorite Pokemon game, but also might be my favorite game. Period. This is getting a bit too sentimental for me, so, dick, fart, ass. Thank you for watching this absolute dumpster fire, if anybody actually watches to the end of this crap. I know I won't be. If you enjoyed the video, please just dislike it and report the video for repulsive and/or sexual content. And I'll be seeing you in hell.